How to stop overthinking? Okay, first, what is overthinking, or what do I mean by it at least? Overthinking would be labeled as a flow of thoughts which seem to have a certain intention or a goal, and they seem to be very anxious or suffering or sad, angry. It does not matter. You are noticing a flow of thoughts going, and the overthinking part of it is where you seem to be unable to stop this. You seem to be unable to stop the flow of these thoughts. Even if you get very fed up with it, it does not stop. It turns into panic attacks, into anxiety attacks. It can very much disable you. And that's what I would call it. I would call it a disability of the mind. It is a dysfunction of the mind. I think that would be a better word. It's a dysfunction. Your mind does this because it is in a dysfunctional state. That doesn't mean that it's broken or there is something wrong with it. It just means that is not being used very nicely. So, what is overthinking? It is this painful flow of thoughts which seem to... It doesn't even have to be painful, actually. It can be... You can be thinking about something, but usually it's very painful, okay? Even if you say it's not, or you're planning something, like over meticulously planning something, or trying to perfect something. You're trying to get it perfect, and you just cannot stop thinking about it. Overthinking would be even if you have a job and you try to do your best in the job, and when you go lie down at night, you cannot sleep because you keep thinking about the job. It mainly happens when we go to sleep, because throughout the day we are very distracted. There is always something for the mind to do. But when we go lie down at night, or when there is nothing happening, there is no distraction, these thoughts start to pop up, these scenarios, these ideas, and these flows of this thinking happens. Then, because of no distraction, you notice it more. It's always there. It's not that it always plays, because out of the identity with the mind then tries to... This person tries to like figure something out, and that is exactly what it is. Many times when you overthink, it's out of this feeling of you're gonna figure something out. You are scared of a future situation. You cannot stop thinking about it. What if this happens? Let's say you are insecure when it comes to relationships. What if they're gonna leave you? All of these scenarios, all of these what ifs can happen. They can just be created like that because you give it great importance. You are identified with your relationship, and out of that it would be part of you dying, and that creates so much fear. It then creates this problem which it's not there, it's not real. It creates this problem just because in the future something bad might happen, and then this identity, this person which you take yourself to be in that moment, is then trying to figure out or control the situation, or trying to prepare for something, or trying to figure something out. Or it can be the other way around. When you go in the past, it can be something that is very painful for you. This thing happened to me. That is the victim identity. And that is something that I bet is very triggering if you try to say to many people. But if you are authentic about this, I tell you that you are not the victim of what happened in the past. Out of the identity of this happened to me in the mind. This person hurt me. It makes me so sad. This person said this. It makes me so angry. Why is this person like this? What could have happened if this didn't happen? What could have been done? Or like, what if something was different? All of these, when it goes in the past, what if, or this could be, or like, so many times we argue with people of, if you've done something different yesterday, we would not be in this situation. What does that achieve? Why are you getting angry? The only reason why you believe that is because you think that there is a past. You think that there is some control over what already happened. You don't even think it. It just comes to you. It's just conditioning. That, oh, if it was different, I could have had this. It's just a dysfunction of your mind. It's just dysfunctional way of thinking. This doesn't mean it's broken. This doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it. It just means that you are using it wrong. It's an illusion. And there is a lot to reflect on that. So the simplest way to tell you how to stop overthinking is notice that you are not those thoughts. How do you do it? In the middle of overthinking, you know that there is a moment of it stopping. Every kind of overthinking or thought stops. It has an end. Everything has an end. All feelings, all thoughts, all bodies or minds, the whole universe. Now, very simple. When you notice that there is overthinking, rather than buying into more illusion of taking the seeming perceiving of the one that does not want to overthink or just wants to stop or is bothered by the overthinking, okay, don't go with that one. That's more thought. What you do is notice the overthinking. Aha, this is me overthinking. I'm being anxious about something. What is it? Something in the future, something in the past. Okay, now that you've noticed that there is overthinking, can you confirm that there was no overthinking before? Like 2 hours ago? Yes, I was not thinking about this 2 hours ago. Now, I've seen through the whole thought processes of all the overthinking, but I was so deep in it that it created all those feelings, that anxiety, fear, anger, like all of those feelings just come out of this. They don't come out of the situation or anything that actually is being talked about in those thoughts. They come just from the thought. Because that situation is not real. So you notice that there has been overthinking and that you've fell into it. Okay? And in that moment, you just see it. There was no overthinking, I fell into it, and now I'm here. And now I'm seeing that this is going. Oh, it's still there. Now there's these thoughts. And then if we were with the psychology, we could be like, oh yeah, just create different habits and work on different thought patterns. No. That's not deep enough. To go deeper is to notice that you are still there. And then bring the attention in that moment on some perception, on your ears, what you hear, what you smell, what you feel, how the body feels, how does the inside of the body feel, maybe anxious, feel the anxiety. But look around yourself or hear around or just the breath, doesn't matter. If you cannot see here, then just, if you cannot hear, you would not be watching this, but you are hearing this, but you grab the attention which is in your control and put it, for example, on the breath and just on something which is rooted, which roots you in what is now. And when you do that, even for a small second of paying attention to anything else than your mind. Listen to this. I'll tell you a secret, okay? Yeah, there you go. You're waiting and nothing is happening. No thought. There was silence. You can confirm that. There was no thought. And yet still you were. So in that moment, if you pay full attention to anything else than thoughts, even for a microsecond, just a tiny moment, silence. And that silence can confirm to you, oh, no thinking or normal thoughts, quote unquote normal thoughts, overthinking, completely lost in it, created so much turmoil for myself. Then I notice, and oh, but that's not me. And the situation is not around anywhere. The situation is nowhere here. Pause. Good. Problem solved, which you created yourself, in the future, in the past. Then mind comes in and says, yeah, but what if? No. That's trying to take you back to the overthinking. But I can't just let this go because it's such a big deal. No, it's not. It's not real. What is a big deal about it? Just another thought. You don't care. Look what it already did to you. Look how much of a mess it already made you in that moment. We don't care. 10 minutes and the thought goes, yeah, but like, what if they leave me? Or what if tomorrow I'll get fired? Or, ooh, and already you're in, and again, oh shit. And then you see again after like 20 minutes and you go, fuck, again, I got lost in it. There's no failure. Just go back. Again. If you feel frustration, that's again the mind saying, fuck, I really, it's the same one. Don't care. Doesn't matter. Is again, see, from going to anxious because overthinking, then people get frustrated with this practice because they're anxious and overthinking, and then they go, fuck, I failed, I'm a failure. Who says that they're a failure? Who is the failure? The mind says it again. It's so silly. So again, drop it. No, there's no failing. Just drop. Again, just look around yourself, feel the hands. Keep doing it. Then you forget it for 2 days. It doesn't matter. After 2 days you go, oh my god, I forgot. I was completely lost in it. And I'm so anxious because I'm scared of this situation which I am in. Again, you notice a little more because it's uncomfortable. You're suffering again. And that brings you out of it because, you see, I hope you understand what I'm saying. So again, drop it. Don't go, 2 days, I was so spiritual for like a week, and now 2 days I did so many unspiritual things, and like, my chakras fell down. No, who cares? That's again the mind. Fuck him. Just whatever. Again. And then, done. Mind give up. There you go.